What's up, guys? I'm new here, and it's a small fix for my sea pickle farm. Version 2 sea pickle farm originally has a lot of issues going on here that make the farm run a little bit slower than usual, causing the rates to drop massively. Firstly, I originally used a, a sticky piston to push and pull the slime bars with redstone blocks attached to the end. The problem here is those redstone lines activate at different tick intervals, and because I have the pistons at the ends, this causes those droppers not be able to supply the dispensers with enough bone meal to dispense onto the sea pickles constantly. So, I decided to switch it to a 1-tick repeater clock, or full game tick clock. A 1-tick repeater clock with a sticky piston and an observer detecting the block being pushed and pulled, and yeah, those will activate the crafters, the droppers, and the dispensers all at the same time. So there's no inconsistencies and they're all in sync. Secondly, the sea pickle layout. Sorry, the coral layout. So originally I had excess coral, but these are unnecessary, so I fixed it. But also, Gabriel B pointed out that you can actually use a stair block to prevent the item loss. So the item loss I'm talking about is the items will get stuck on the edge occasionally and not float up in the water. So, he suggested a better method that will prevent the loss entirely, just by switching those two corner blocks with a stair block, with stairs, actually. And in our Cyrock SMP, we won't be building hopper counters, but instead we'll be building shulker loaders. I'm just gonna include the shulker loaders when I release a tutorial. Yes, keep in mind that this farm is insane. It produces 240,000 sea pickles every hour. And you will get a full inventory of sea pickles in less than a minute. So let me go inside the let me go inside the farm and see how fast the farm really is. As you can see, I get a crap ton of sea pickles, and it's almost filling my hot bar. As you can see, it's a lot of sea pickles. Oh my gosh. And within a minute, I get a full inventory of sea pickles. Yes. Isn't it crazy? Well, the layout right here is that I used a double dispenser setup, and that is inspired by basic redstone. Yeah, he originally designed this for Java Edition and on Donut SMP, but I modified the entire circuitry to make it work on Bedrock Edition. But yeah, this dispenser setup ensures that you can maximize the output to have it get to its full potential of 240,000 sea pickles per hour. Yeah, as you can see, my inventory is almost full, and yeah. I tested it with Canopy, it's just like, 65 a second, and it's, 60 seconds, and that's a lot. You get a full inventory of sea pickles in less than a minute this way. Well, it's over a minute, and because I stand on one spot, and I get a full inventory of sea pickles in a couple minutes. I'm gonna clear the hopper counters right now. I'm using Canopy. Yep. I just used the wrong command for some reason. Now, I originally made this closer to this dispenser circuit, but because the redstone torches on the way of that shulker unloader, it will affect the bone meal circuitry and cause it to not be able to dispense bone meal when the box is being unloaded. So that's why. Yeah, there's a sea pickle here for some reason, but you can obviously fix it by flicking the lever and then flicking it again. This is the fix, and yep. For some reason, I do not know why it gets on the ground, but yeah, that's kind of the bug. I really do not know what is exactly happening right here, but yeah, it does not prevent loss entirely, because just now I said that, I think that I've said that it prevents loss entirely, if I recall correctly, but I'm actually wrong right here. It does have a little bit of loss in these areas and these spots, but overall it reduces the loss rate by a lot, and that makes it produce a whopping 240,000 sea pickles per hour. So I might need to clear my inventory because it's full of pickles. Now, this clock is actually adaptable, so you can switch it for a 2-tick repeater clock, but for some reason, it just does not work properly. Well, even though they're in sync, I for sure just doesn't know why a 2-tick repeater clock does not even work in the first place. So it only works in these timings: a 1-tick repeater clock, a 3-tick repeater clock, and a 4-tick repeater clock. For a 3-tick repeater clock, it's actually great enough to increase the efficiency in the to increase the performance, not efficiency. This reduces the efficiency but increases the performance. On a 4-tick repeater clock, yeah, it causes less lag. But I don't care. It's just TPS lag, not FPS. Oh, yeah. I already had a box that's already unloaded, but that hopper is locked, so I gotta have to, yeah, for some reason I cannot even do an explicit material and all that stuff, but yeah. Now this hopper is actually locked, but don't worry, if you continuously run the farm, yeah, it won't be a problem, but if you turn it off and realize that the box is on top of the hopper, yeah, just turn it on, wait for a while, then turn it back off. That's it. This is such an easy fix. Yeah, for some reason it's only my phone battery is only like 9%. Yeah, I use shelves, but you can also use fence gates if you like. Fence gates are generally, slightly cheaper, I guess, but with 6 strip logs, you can make 6 shelves. Yep. You can just, if I recall correctly, the crafting recipe for shelves is 6 strip logs. And because Bedrock Edition has simplified block details, the hitbox of the shelf is not very detailed, as you can see, it's just a rectangle. So it allows for the sea pickles to land in the collection area while not being able to get stuck on the ledges of the shelves. Well, you can also use fence gates though. Use the method that you prefer the most. I prefer using shelves. But if you want to use fence gates, I don't really care, because I'll just use shelves in my tutorial, but you can also use fence gates. And for the copper golem statue right here, this right here is in the running position, and that means the comparator outputs a signal strength of 3, as you can see in the right hand side of the screen. Same for this one. We could also use other methods, like a composter with a fill level of 3, just like this. So 1, 2, 3, that outputs a signal strength of 3. Or you can actually use a full cauldron instead of a composter, if you really want to. I don't really care. Just use a method that suits you the most. Or that you can also use hoppers with a stack of items in 64 or 16, or just one of an unstackable item. I don't really care what method you use, but hoppers are tile entities, and they impact the TPS, causing insane amount of lag, and also increasing the MSPT by a lot. So maybe I think you guys won't use hoppers because, you know, they are super laggy and also all sorts of stuff. You can also use selectors as well. I don't care what method you use, but whatever suits you the most, you just gotta use what you prefer the most. This is the end of my video, and thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe so we hit 100 subscribers. Thank you.